Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today, and we are starting with Midnight Murder Club. The early access release has actually happened today, and this is a PS5 console exclusive. I think this game's going a little bit under the radar, but it says here being reported by Push Square. In case you didn't know, Sony has just published its latest game on PS5 and PC. Midnight Murder Club is now available in early access for $20 US, featuring cross-play and cross-progression support. The game is developed by Velen Studios, the team behind the super fun but also shut down multiplayer title Knockout City. In it, you and 5 other players enter a mansion enshrouded in total darkness with only a torch and a revolver to your name. It's a sneaky first-person online multiplayer game where any light or sound will immediately draw attention. Making matches more unique is a variety of items you can use, such as night vision pills to temporarily see in the dark, bear traps to immobilize opponents, and bulletproof vests to give yourself some protection. Midnight Murder Club features several modes in its early access launch, including regular free-for-all and team deathmatch modes, as well as a few objective-based modes. One interesting detail well worth noting is that this has a very similar feature to the Friend Pass touted by games like It Takes Two and Split Fiction. Those who purchase Midnight Murder Club can invite up to 5 friends to play with them at no extra cost. A Guest Pass edition of Midnight Murder Club is free for anyone to download, and the player who bought the game can host a room and invite the guest players to it. So yeah, this is a pretty, I would say, interesting, unique game, not something that we normally see. It does seem like it's going a bit under the radar, so Sony seemed to like it though. They decided that they wanted to publish it. So let me know if this is a game you're thinking about trying out. I might give it a shot. It does actually seem like it could be pretty fun, but let me know down in the comments below. Moving on to the next topic, we had a major reveal yesterday for a big upcoming PlayStation 5 game, that being Silent Hill F, being reported once again by Push Square. It says more than 2 years since its original announcement, Konami has fully unveiled Silent Hill F for PS5, the first new main entry in the series since 2012's Silent Hill Downpour. Making a significant departure for the survival horror franchise, it represents the first time in a Silent Hill game where it will be set in Japan rather than the USA town of Silent Hill. No release date or window was confirmed, but you can check out a new trailer. The plot setup is as follows. In 1960s Japan, Shimizu Hanako's secluded town is consumed by a sudden fog, transforming her home into a haunting nightmare. As the town falls silent and the fog thickens, Hanako must navigate the twisted paths of her town, solving complex puzzles and confronting grotesque monsters to survive. While the setting has been changed, lead developers within Konami assured in a Silent Hill transmission livestream that this is still a Silent Hill fans have come to love for generations. There will be the recognizable blend of combat, puzzles, and exploration elements. The story is being written by Ryukishi07, and Akira Yamaoka is working on the soundtrack, and currently it can be wishlisted in the PlayStation Store. On the setting, the leads at Konami said they wanted to make Silent Hill F feel completely Japanese after previous entries leaned a bit too much into Western tastes. And finally, the game is being developed by Neobards, and this is a relatively unknown studio, and as far as I can tell, this is really their first time working on a game of this scale. They've worked on support stuff for Resident Evil or some multiplayer Resident Evil things in the past, and so it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle this. But yeah, this was a pretty significant reveal that we got yesterday, and I did watch the trailer and it looks really good. I'm actually very interested in this Silent Hill game, and I'm going to keep you guys updated when we get new information. But we are moving on from that and talking about another big upcoming PlayStation 5 game. This is being reported by Gaming Bolt. They say Death Stranding 2 On the Beach director Hideo Kojima has revealed that there are plenty of secrets in the recently released trailer that fans have not yet discovered. Taking to social media platform X, Kojima said that there are a number of clues that involve, among other things, the SSS highways and the game systems. If you look closely at the game system, there are a number of clues, posted Kojima on X. For example, the SSS highways, you will see that some areas have a roof. Also, the structures glow brightly like convenience stores at night. While pointing out obvious things from the trailer, Kojima does throw in a cryptic clue when using the words "at night." This implies that, unlike the original Death Stranding, the sequel might even get a full-fledged day-night cycle. However, until this is confirmed, it is worth taking these ideas as merely speculation. Continuing to talk about Death Stranding 2 on the beach, we also have Hideo Kojima preemptively apologizing for Higgs being ridiculous. So he says here Higgs is not like twice or thrice better, it's 100 times better than Death Stranding 1. So at the end, you're going to watch Higgs and say, "What is this?" And you'll probably throw the controller. It's so ridiculous. I'll apologize beforehand. Troy Baker acknowledges the character's craziness and says, "Mission accomplished if you do." So Kojima went on to talk about the decision to bring Higgs back in Death Stranding 2 on the beach, and it came about because of the popularity of the character. He mentioned since Higgs ended up being such a beloved character, the ante would have to be raised by several steps for the sequel. He says, "Higgs was so popular last time I thought I can't kill him," Kojima explained. So he's coming back apparently, but Higgs is not a normal villain. He's a loved character. So I thought I would raise 2-3 steps higher for this character. And so, yeah, it really seems like there's a lot of attention being put on Higgs here, and I really do have to wonder just how insane it's going to get with this character towards the end. Apparently, it gets so insane that Kojima's coming out and apologizing beforehand. I don't know if he's talking about just what's going to happen story-wise. Like people, like he's saying you're going to want to throw your controller. I don't know if that's a reference to maybe the difficulty of maybe I don't know, like a final boss battle or something. Either way, Kojima definitely is going to be excited to see our reactions, I guess, when it finally releases. But we're going to move on to the next topic here, which talks about Rise of the Ronin, specifically the director saying that PlayStation Studios was involved in almost the entire development process. Being reported once again by Gaming Bolt, Rise of the Ronin director Fumihiko Yasuda and producer Yasuke Hayashi have revealed that the reason for the game's PlayStation exclusivity largely came down to the fact that Sony helped with its development. In an interview with RPG site, the duo acknowledged that while PlayStation supported Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja with publishing and localization for the Neo games, PlayStation Studios was in some way involved throughout the development of Rise of the Ronin. We received support in publishing and localization for the Neo series, but the Rise of the Ronin, in addition to that, PlayStation Studios was involved in almost the entire PS5 version development process. They shared valuable insights on various aspects, including accessibility and improving onboarding accuracy, which not only enhanced the value of the title, but also provided a significant experience for Team Ninja. Hayashi goes on to say that without the support of PlayStation, Rise of the Ronin wouldn't even have been started as a project. He goes on to thank the teams at PlayStation Studios for their support in releasing the game. This project would not have started without the support of PlayStation Studios. We are extremely grateful for the PlayStation Studios team for lending their strength to this new challenge. And so they also do reference the Nintendo Switch 2, which is worth noting. They say that they're going to be paying close attention to how things are going to change when this new console is released. But I thought that this was worth pointing out because we did see that Rise of the Ronin just recently released on PC, and unfortunately it seems like it's having a bit of a struggle over there. I played Rise of the Ronin on PS5. I actually thought it was a really great game, a bit underrated, honestly, but they're straight up out here saying yeah, this game wouldn't have gotten made or been possible without the help of PlayStation Studios. And it seems like Sony was very, very heavily involved, and I think that's a good thing. I think we're going to continue to see that from PlayStation and their teams going forward. But moving on to the next topic here, we have another really interesting update for the PlayStation Portal being reported by Push Square. Sony has once again expanded the number of games available to stream on its PS Portal handheld, including support for over 50 PS1 and PSP titles. That means PS Plus Premium members can stream these titles directly to the peripheral without necessarily needing a PS5. Among the games available are legitimate PlayStation classics like Wild Arms, Everybody's Golf, and Twisted Metal. All of these titles are using Sony's emulator, so you can enjoy contemporary features like save states, rewind, and in many cases, trophies. The latest content drop doesn't include every PS1 and PSP game in the PS Plus Premium catalog, as some third-party titles like Disney Pixar's Up and Worms Armageddon are absent. but it does span a good chunk of them. Obviously, there are better ways to play classic retro games on a handheld, but Sony has been making more and more games available to stream on the PlayStation Portal, adding even more functionality to the extremely popular peripheral. We'll imagine it'll eventually extend support to PS2 emulated games as well. So yeah, had to just let you guys know about this because Sony is really beginning to lean into the PlayStation Portal. Not only have they been making some significant improvements and upgrades to it, but I don't know if you've noticed, they've been marketing it a lot more as well. In fact, they just released another new PlayStation Portal trailer, so they are really beginning to push this thing. And obviously I'll continue to keep you guys updated as long as the PlayStation Portal gets updated. But we're going to move on to the final topic here, which has to do with an Oblivion remake being reported again by Push Square, and they have an update here. They say the possibility of the Oblivion remake from Bethesda being announced and released next month is gaining further traction, as original leaker Nate the Hate has issued an update to his claim. On Twitter, he suggests that the current plan is for a reveal and launch to both take place in April next month. He says the gap between the reveal and release will be minimal. A shadow drop is possible. So for those who are not in the loop, there have been rumors of an Oblivion remake for quite some time now. It's apparently going to be an Unreal Engine 5 remake, I believe. Although it's unclear of like how big of a remake this is going to be. Like, is it going to be more of a remaster than a remake? We're going to find out. But what's interesting is that apparently the reveal and the release is right around the corner. If this does end up releasing in April, then that's going to be kind of nuts, because apparently Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is releasing April 17th. And then we know Forza Horizon 5 is releasing April, I believe, 25th if you get the premium edition. And now we're apparently going to be getting the Elder Scrolls Oblivion in there as well. So Microsoft's going pretty crazy, it seems, for the month of April. Let me know if this is a game that you would pick up. Obviously, it's going to be releasing on PS5 as well. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.